A Detroit man who spent 17 years in prison for murder is once again a free man. A judge dismissing the case with prejudice, meaning the charges cannot be brought back. A key factor leading to this rare decision is connected to an alleged videotape that has never been seen in court. Take a look.
It was a long battle. I got these people saying I'm a murderer. Everything that showed, that pointed towards my innocence, they hid from me. I just was determined to prove my innocence.
For Thelonious Sean Searcy, the long battle surrounds 17 years behind bars and nearly 2 years on house arrest.
I missed 19 years of my life.
In September of 2004, a shooting took place during an event known as a black party near City Airport on Detroit's east side, resulting in the death of Jamal Seegers, and with Thelonious Sean Searcy convicted of that murder.
And I'm thankful to the fact that Vincent's mothers came forward with this information.
The journey to freedom began in 2017 when Vincent Smothers made this confession to private investigator and former Fox 2 reporter Scott Lewis.
Who committed the murder of Jamal Seegers?
I did.
Where did this take place?
In front of City Airport.
Smothers also confessed to the murders that imprisoned Devontae Sanford, crimes the young man did not commit, connecting the cases to some of these same investigators.
They exonerated 5 to 10 guys due to these same officers being on their case, but they never exonerated me. Why?
Searcy went through 7 failed attempts for an appeal. That's when he requested his new attorney, Michael Desi, show him the discovery file.
I never had my case filed. The only thing they ever gave me was 5 witness statements. I never received my discovery in my case.
Searcy and his attorney tell me they reviewed several details, including an evidence tag showing the existence of a videotape confiscated by police at a party store near the crime scene.
The witness is saying that I was standing inside of the store, that the shooter, when the shooting took place on the night of this shooting, that the shooter was in the store. This tape showed that, according to their witnesses, this the only thing that really could have freed me from the whole crime scene was this tape, and they hid it from me.
When it comes to this VHS tape, has it ever been played in court?
No. We've never seen the tape. We've never viewed the tape. What happened to the tape, that your guess is as good as mine.
Although Vincent Smothers provided many details, including the murder weapon and the way he approached Jamal Seegers before killing him, Smothers is a well-known confessed hitman, drawing the question if he's taking credit for other homicides since he's already serving a life sentence.
But the problem that the prosecution had here was Vincent Smothers identified what type of bullet came out of the victim's body, and that was never known because it was suppressed from the defense at the time of the trial. We didn't know what type of bullet that was until 2018. Vincent Smothers had already confessed before that was known.
Last week, Judge Thomas Hathaway at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice dismissed all charges, citing the suppression of evidence. Now Searcy, a husband and father, has a new chance to rebuild his life.
I have no malice in my heart. I have no bitterness in my heart. I just want to live. So that's what's next for me.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Wow, indeed. We reached out to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office for a comment. They declined, only to say they will appeal the decision, which is pretty standard stuff. But a lot of twists and turns.
So Josh, a question. If Smothers said, I did it, and I even know what kind of bullet was used, what happened to that confession? Why did that not immediately? And time-wise, how long ago did that confession come?
That came, okay, so the murder happened in the early 2000s, 2004. So this confession by Smothers came in 2017, 2018.
Okay.
And Smothers, he confessed to 12 homicides, convicted for about 8. So you have those 4 or 5 that remain unanswered as well. So you have a lot of going on. Again, he's confessed to several homicides. So is he just taking the blame because he's already serving life in prison?
Right.
So those are a lot of unanswered questions too, but as we're seeing right here, he knew what bullet came out of Seegers.
That's very specific.
Yeah.
And also with the suppression of evidence, I don't think there's any, and I've been steadfast on this for a number of years.
Yep.
Short of being murdered, because your life is over, I don't think there's anything that is worse that could happen to a human being than to be wrongfully convicted of something.
You can never
have
get time
that
back.
time stolen from you.
Yes.
17 years stolen from you. We've seen much more time, even if it was a day, stolen from you. The suppression of evidence is very concerning to me. Is that just...
Where is this videotape?
And how? I do think that needs an explanation, because how in the world, you know, it goes... We talked about this on Monday with public health.
Yeah.
Trust. Man, trust is so...
Law enforcement, lawmakers, prosecutors, community, where does
Are you just
trust?
trying to get convictions to get, you know, your statistics up on crime solved?
Those questions are raised.
What is the reason?
I have a question on a personal level for you.
Go for it.
When you are covering a story like this, knowing that there are likely things that are unsaid because of what is known about the justice system that perhaps is not accepted by all, but then you have example after example, especially in the Black community, of something like this happening, and then George Floyd, and then there's conversation openly about trust in police and need for police reform. When you're covering this story and you're looking in his eyes, I want to know what you're thinking in that moment.
I think it speaks for itself, Mario.
It does.
I mean, it's self-explanatory when you see an individual who spent nearly 20 years behind bars, and there was a piece of evidence that could have cleared this man, and his attorneys have never seen it for themselves. It speaks for itself.
Yeah, it's a system failing.
Yes.
And a system that needs fixed.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to say it, but it's already being said by looking at the circumstances.
Yeah.
My goodness. Yeah.
Good job, Josh.
Yeah, good
Great
story.
reporting. Great reporting.
Thank you, guys. Absolutely.
All right, guys. Governor